Hello, this video will be discussing the quantitative research approaches. Specifically, it will cover descriptive, non-experimental, quasi-experimental, and experimental approaches. The main focus of quantitative research is to answer how much. The data collected will be of a numerical nature. Quasi-experimental and experimental approaches center on active independent variables. This means that the variable is being manipulated, such as a treatment, workshop, or other intervention that is given to one group of participants and withheld or given in another form to another group. Descriptive non-experimental approach consists of questions and studies that use only descriptive statistics such as averages, percentages, histograms, and frequency distributions, which are not tested for statistical significance. The main objective is to summarize data. An example of descriptive non-experimental approach is the information a rehabilitation counselor obtained online on the Bureau of Labor Statistics website. The data is a summary of the job opportunities available and where the economy is expanding. Quasi-experimental approach examines causality. There must be an active, manipulated independent variable, but the participants were not randomly assigned to the groups, meaning that there is no control group. This type of approach would be used when it is not practical or ethical to randomize study participants to the treatment conditions. For example, let's say a researcher wants to compare the relationship of underage drinkers with their parents as opposed to teenagers who do not drink. It would be unethical for the researcher to assign a random group because there would be the risk of assigning a teenager who originally does not drink to the drinking group. Quasi-experimental groups are divided into three categories: strong, moderate, and weak. In strong quasi-experimental designs, the participants are already in similar intact groups, but the treatment is randomly assigned to these groups. In moderate quasi-experimental designs, the participants are in intact groups, but the investigator is not able to randomly assign the treatment to certain groups. In weak quasi-experimental designs, the participants have assigned themselves to the groups by volunteering to be in the treatment or control group. Experimental or randomized experimental approach determined causes, which makes this the best approach for research focused on cause and effect. In order for research approach to fall under the experimental category, two things must occur. The independent variable must be active and the researcher must randomly assign participants to the groups or conditions. A rehabilitation counselor would use the randomized experimental approach if they were interested in investigating if their intervention lowers the anxiety of people with physical disabilities have towards returning to the workforce. The counselor will randomly assign who will attend her intervention that provides techniques to cope with stress, as well as a support group, and who will go to the control group, which consists of the participants being given an article on returning to the workforce. That concludes this video. Have a wonderful day.